This time out, ActionTracks comes to you from the Lawrenceburg Speedway in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, where tonight they're featuring their annual Night of Destruction, featuring a wide range of atypical motorsports action, featuring the monster trucks. Let's meet our competitors here tonight. First up, it's Max Plecker in the Ballistic truck, Roger Gauger in the Quadzilla, Stevie Snellen in River Rat. MACEY NICHTEN makes her debut behind the wheel of Stomper. And finally, Randy Barton in the Bugzilla truck. This will be the truck's first public appearance, but it will not be performing here tonight in Lawrenceburg. The monster trucks have rounded out their pit party. The crowd is rolling in here at the Lawrenceburg Speedway. They're ready for some Night of Destruction action. The monster truck drivers are going to prepare for their first event. Meanwhile, we've already got track activity. So let's get straight into the action. First up, it's school bus racing. We had a moment to catch up and find out what this is all about.
Hey, we're at Lawrenceburg Speedway. I'm getting ready to race a school bus. I've done this every year they've done this. I believe this is the 4th year. The first year I won it right out of the hole. It was awesome. Every year we've done it. School buses are fun. Most of them are stock. Some of them are cranked up. The biggest thing is it's all about top end. These turned up buses will take off on the start and then yelling at us. Anyways, they'll take off on the start, but if you got top end, you'll run them down. So.
Well, the buses have completed their qualifying session, so we're heading straight into the final feature of the night. All the buses are out on the track. Our guide in the Shark bus starting well back in the pack after not getting the qualification position that he was hoping for, but he's already started charging through the field. There you see our leader, the AC Special, actually starting to run away from the rest of the field. The Shark bus trying to hunt him down. We'll have to see if he can reel him in over the course of this 15-lap race. We're showing you highlights here on ActionTracks. As you watch, these buses are really launching it into the corner. You can really see these guys actually getting these huge diesel buses loose into the corner. And as you see right there, obviously, grubbing is racing in this sport. These buses are putting it through the wood, and they're beating and banging on each other right there. A little contact with the wall. These guys are out here having fun, and it gets serious. The action is tight and competitive. As you see, 3 of our competitors going 3 wide down the backstretch. And now it's heading into 4 wide. 4 wide buses heading onto the front stretch. Side by side, lap after lap, these guys are beating and banging. Oh, man, look at that. Oh, but it looks like one of them lost a front tire. That's going to cost him. He's going to sink like a rock. We've moved to the final lap. The AC Special still out in the lead, rounding turn number 4, heading for the finish line and the checkered flag in dominating fashion. The AC Special takes the school bus race victory tonight at the Night of Destruction as he salutes the crowd. We'll move on into some monster truck action. This is a combination wheelie and donut performance. And out first, it'll be Max Plecker in the Ballistic truck. Max had a very hectic summer schedule, taking the ballistic truck all over the United States. It's been a tough schedule, but the ballistic truck is ready to rock and roll here tonight in Lawrenceburg. We've got onboard footage with him. Let's take a look. A beautiful slap wheel. Oh, and he did a number on our hazard pay camera there too, showing what kind of impacts these trucks really have to absorb when they're out on the track. Max out on the backstretch now, performing in front of some of the fans out there. He's trying to get a donut going, but it doesn't look like that's going very well for him.
See him on the backstretch there, getting ready to hop some cars.
Great slap wheelie. This time it was on the second rebound. Something I've not seen very often before. A neat moment there from Flecker, and there he whips it into the donut. Really setting the tone high for this first event for the monster trucks. Following ballistic will be Roger Gallagher in the Quadzilla truck. Gallagher, not someone you see out on the circuit very frequently. Roger does this strictly as a hobby. He has his own day-to-day job, and he comes out and plays with his Quadzilla monster truck for fun. So Roger only does a few events a year, but Roger from Indiana, he's a home state boy, but all the way across the state in Evansville, he's out here in that big yellow Quadzilla, and he's going to see what he can do. He tried for the slap wheelie there, but couldn't quite get the rebound he was looking for. He's going to head to the infield to try for a donut. Donut going just a little bit like the wheelie. He was close and he was trying, but it wasn't quite what he was looking for. He's got another wheelie for the back. He's attacking a little bit harder. The front drops. A little better rebound there, a little slap wheelie. I don't know that that was exactly what Roger was looking for, but the second wheelie definitely a better show than the first one. He scoots the big Quadzilla around the banking here at Lawrenceburg Speedway, swinging by and saluting the fans. Here comes MACEY Nichter debuting in the Stomper truck. We asked her about her expectations earlier.
My main expectations for this show are just to get seat time, because any new driver knows that if you want to improve with whatever you're doing in a truck, you have to get seat time. So I'm not trying to go out there and be the superstar and run the show. My main concern is just making my dad proud and doing whatever I gotta do to please the fans and to get it in the trailer in one piece on its own.
MACEY's no stranger behind the wheel of a monster truck, but this is her first time behind the wheel of the Stomper truck. And so a good start there, a little bit of a rebound slap wheelie, but things are looking a little weird already. Yes, indeed, she is only steering with the rear wheels. Something must have gone awry in the front power steering, so she's only got rear steering. That's going to make this tremendously awkward, and she is going to struggle with this entire run. Looks like the crew will have some work to do between monster truck rounds. That shouldn't be a big issue. They should be back 100% for our freestyle performance, but this is going to hamper her first effort behind the wheel. So she did get a little bit of a rebound in that great wheeling Stomper truck. She's gonna struggle right now. She's gonna limp it back to the pits, but she'll be back. Here comes Stevie SNELLEN in the River Rat, our final performer of the evening. Stevie from about an hour and a half up the road in Louisville, Kentucky. Bringing that rat up the river from Louisville to southern Indiana outside of Cincinnati and launching a great wheelie, an awkward wheelie. It's a good way to tear up some 4-link bars, but the river rat none the worse for wear and thrilling the crowd here in Lawrenceburg. Onto the front stretch for some donuts, right down there next to the wall. Wow, he's close. That was some precise driving for Stevie in this river rat truck, right up next to the wall without kissing it. Heading over to the backstretch for his second wheelie. See the brakes spitting out some sparks there, lining up for the obstacle. Oh, another nice sky wheelie with an awkward landing. Snellen really hitting his marks, doing a great job. And this young man has really done great behind the wheel of this truck. He has developed so much in the last year or year and a half. He's become a force wherever he performs. Doing another donut on the backstretch. Snellen doing a spectacular job. We showed you earlier the Bugzilla monster truck making its debut. We got a little more information about it earlier.
Here it is. It's actually the first time it's been on the 66s. I'm excited that it's on the 66s. That's going to give me some motivation to finish it. Obviously, I think everybody knows I've been working on it for several years now. It's close. All we really got to do is put some stuff in the accumulators for the shocks, oil them up, do a little bit of work on the injection, and fire it up and test drive it. The body's almost done, so we're almost there. I mean, I think you're going to see it next spring for sure, painted, done, driving over stuff. So that's basically where we're at, and I'm kind of glad it's where it is. So.
There you saw the old Bugzilla, the original Bugzilla, next to the monster truck Bugzilla. We'll look forward to seeing that in the future. But right now, we've got the Hornet Enduro race right now. Dirt stock cars. These are front-wheel drive, 4-cylinder stock cars, like much of the modern auto industry is. And these guys are out there, and they're going to do a 100-lap feature. We'll show you the highlights throughout their race. These guys are out there buzzing around. You'll see exactly why they get that Hornet name. This is a fiercely competitive class, but it's also highly economical for a budding racer to get their start into motorsports. These are very, very basic cars, basically stock cars with the interior ripped out, a cage put in for safety, glass removed, and these guys go out there and they seem to have a lot of fun with their racing action. The other thing about this event, there are no cautions. If there's not a car upside down, there are no cautions. Here we see the leader coming around on the final lap, coming through turn number 4, as he takes the win in that Honda Accord. We're moving into freestyle action for the monster trucks, the final event of the evening. Once again, Mac Flecker in the Ballistic starting off the action. Taking a look at our hazard pay as Mac Flecker walks the truck across the set of cars in the infield. You'll notice the set of obstacles on the front stretch, not your standard monster truck obstacles. those are some of the vans, the minivans that competed in some events earlier. We'll give you a little bit more detail on that in just a little while. But meanwhile, Mac Plecker out there walking the ballistic truck all over the track. This track is a bit difficult to navigate as a lot of the obstacles are spread out all the way around this big track. We've got fans on the front stretch, fans on the back stretch, so we're putting obstacles in front of all the fans, but it makes for a lot of drive time for these monster trucks scooting around between the obstacles. Plecker out there putting on some great walking wheelies, working in some donuts. A great diverse run here tonight as he opens up our freestyle event for the monster trucks. Macy Victor comes back out in the Stomper after having issues with the front steering on her first time out. We talked to her earlier about her first time behind the wheel.
I mean, it could have been better, could have been worse. I came off the first jump, I had no power steering, so I had to work with what I had.
She only had rear steering on that first pass, so she was struggling out there. Hopefully the crew's got that all back together, and Macy's going to come out and get acclimated with this truck. As you heard, she was fairly comfortable, and as she mentioned earlier, she's not trying to set the world on fire, but just get comfortable in this truck. She's out there, she's got a little more momentum right now. She's looking a little more comfortable in the truck than perhaps she did earlier. The Stomper truck's a little bit different in its handling characteristics than a lot of the trucks in the industry because the Stomper truck has a very weight-biased rear engine setup that really creates a lot of lift with the front of the truck and creates a bit of an awkward situation sometimes. The truck's going to be more likely to push out in the corner. Macy makes her run, makes her hits. She stops to salute the crowd. This girl will be one to watch in the future. We talked about those vans on the front stretch earlier. Here's what they were doing earlier.
We're getting ready to have the Soccer Mom Nationals with these vans. It's like musical chairs. If we got 5 vans, they'll paint 4 lines on the front straightaway, and we race to the parking spots. Last man out loses. But it's not that simple. We have an obstacle course to go through before we go every round. Sometimes we have to back up around the track. Sometimes we have to go around a cone 6 times. It gets ruthless because we end up going into the parking spaces wide open racing for it.
As you heard, this is the Soccer Mom Challenge, the Soccer Mom Nationals. All these minivans custom painted. A lot of work went into these paint schemes out there. These guys have a lot of character. They're playing musical chairs. This could get very interesting. In the first several rounds, it's not so much winning, but not losing. Don't be last. These guys are competing in a number of different events. The first round, they had to run around to the backstretch and pick up an egg off the wall. This time, they're making a full circuit of the Lawrenceburg Speedway in reverse. These guys are putting it on edge. So that's 2 rounds down. We've eliminated 2 vehicles. They're gradually working their way through. This time we've got a bit of a figure-8 track where the vans will work from one end of the straightaway to the other, cycling around some tires and then back to the parking spots in the middle. This is where it really could get interesting. Oh, we've got a little more rubbing. These guys are beating and banging out there. The leaders are heading back to the front stretch, to the parking spots. Oh! Wild contact. In the final round, though, we narrowed it down after the 2 eliminations via collision, and our winner is the Godzilla van. This was a neat event, but everybody loses in this one, as all the vans ended up on the front stretch for monster truck action. Speaking of which, we're going to get back to that monster truck action.
This is a night of destruction. This is what everybody come to see here in Lawrenceburg. And this is an awesome track, an awesome facility, and a lot of good trucks here. This is going to be an awesome show this evening. We're looking forward to it.
Just heard from Roger Gallagher, the driver of the Quadzilla truck, as he hits the track. Quadzilla truck seems to really be landing actually pretty well, but that's not setting him up well for, I think, the slap wheelies that he's really probably looking for here to thrill the fans. Attacking the front stretch, attacking that big old van stack out there, now turning around, coming back the other way. Gallagher with a nice launch and a little recoil there, carrying it into a bit of a slap wheelie right in front of the capacity crowd here at Lawrenceburg Speedway. With the biggest air we've seen all night long so far. Gallagher doing a good job. Little hazard pay cam as you see him running right by our camera. Looks like Gallagher is going to come up here and salute the crowd in front of the main grandstand at the Speedway. A nice performance for Gallagher here tonight. Our final performer, SNELLEN in the River Rat, back at it again after a phenomenal wheelie and donut performance earlier tonight. Let's see what he's got in store for the crowd here tonight in freestyle. Got a crowd favorite truck here with the whole River Rat theme, the Rat Rod theme, the white wall tires accenting the whole Rat Rod concept, a great looking chassis underneath the truck. That red chassis really sets the truck apart with that black, matte black body. The truck really seems to be a favorite wherever he goes. The performance out here tonight is certainly helping him be that crowd favorite, because he's doing a great job carrying a lot of momentum out there on the track. Dragging the brakes just a little bit, getting squared up. Another great launch for SNELLEN as he continues on into turn 3 and around turn 4 on the banking of Lawrenceburg Speedway. Really attacking that van stack. Great big air. SNELLEN really carrying a lot of great momentum, the most momentum we've seen so far tonight. Another sideways launch. You've almost got to wonder if the banking on the Speedway is playing a little bit of a role in those sideways landings. The banking's not significant here, but it is present. But right there, SNELLEN rounds out his freestyle run, a great run for the crowd, and the crowd shows its appreciation. We've got one final event tonight in the Night of Destruction. It's a death-defying leap by a school bus. And no. But it was funny nonetheless. And it rounds out the evening at the Night of Destruction. We hope you've enjoyed ActionTracks from the Night of Destruction. It's been a unique event. It's been a great time. We hope you'll join us next time on ActionTracks.